Hi, my name is Caldwell, and I'm part of the San Diego Italian Film Festival and the Selection Committee, and I'm also a filmmaker. I'm here today to talk to you about Claudio Giovanesi's film, Fiore. From the title of the film, Fiore, which means flower, one might expect a romance, and this is true, but the film is also so much more than this. On the face of it, Fiore is a teen love story set in an unconventional location. The film documents the growing relationship between two inmates of a juvenile detention center, Daphne, a scrappy young woman incarcerated for theft, and Joshua, who is awaiting news from his girlfriend on the outside. They first meet in the doctor's office after having sustained injuries, Daphne in a fight with cellmates and Joshua in an act of self-inflicted violence.
Che ha fatto?
Da un bel cazzotto al muro. E poi oggi è pure il compleanno suo.
E allora fammelo un sorriso, no?
Faccio 18 anni in galera, devo sorridere.
They stare at each other across the room, their gazes eclipsed by the body of the guard. The scene is prescriptive of a pattern we will see time and time again in Fiore. Obstructive glances, furtive messages, and stolen kisses that create a seductive rhythm that lives outside of the world of the story and give the film a timeless quality. Perhaps it is not so ironic that this adolescent love story is like any other, even though it is set in a prison. The theme of frustrated young people looking for intimacy in a world that is alienating is not uncommon to classics like Romeo and Juliet or Orpheus and Eurydice. This might be the point. After all, Romeo and Juliet are ultimately reunited in a crypt, and Orpheus recovers Eurydice's soul in the underworld. The prison in this case is an extraneous fact. Its steel bars and heavy walls, more imagined than real, turning into a metaphysical play space that explores the architecture of angst and desire, just like its antecedents. The lovers meet with obstacles, both physical and emotional, real and poetic. It is in this delicate half-light that the world of Fiore is illuminated. Fiore's most precious moments are silent, and they burn with quiet pathos, emphasizing the sense of estrangement that the protagonist feels. Her difficulty to connect to her father, her inability at times to trust Joshua, and ultimately herself. The camera's movements capture Daphne's restlessness, following her like some caged animal. At times this turns into a full-out game of chase, which is another important visual motif. Like her mythical counterpart, outside of prison, Daphne is on the run. This, in fact, is how her character is introduced to us. It is the first action upon which the film is predicated: running. Does she run from the consequences of the past, or is it towards her own future? Sometimes Giovanesi makes us guess, placing the camera several paces behind her, and other times in front of her, allowing the viewer to anticipate what will happen next. Ultimately, we are slightly out of sync. Like in Zeno's paradox, we never truly catch up with the arrow. A plot that never catches up with its character. Through to the end, we are left breathless and uncertain. This makes the romantic close-ups all the more necessary and meaningful, as they fulfill the audience's existential need for intimacy and connection, paralleling the desires of the film's characters. This is cinema at its finest.
Ma per te questo è amore.
We from the San Diego Italian Film Festival invite you to come see this fantastic piece of cinema and experience something that I feel you'll remember for long after.